everyone? My name is Candace Smith, and this is Duval Connect. I'm so excited to bring another contributor spotlight. Woo! Yes, we're here with my girl, Chelsey. What's up, Chelsey? How are you?
Hey Candace, hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Yes, I'm so
Hello,
excited.
everybody.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, Chelsey, tell us a little bit about your column with Duval Connect.
My column's called What You Heard, and I do my best to bring in positive things that's going around in Jacksonville. So, from, whether it's dealing with the youth or dealing with anything in the community, honestly, because here in Jacksonville, unfortunately, we don't hear a lot about the positive things going on in the community. We hear, about the bad things first, especially about our community, if you know what I mean. So I do my best to shine that light and tell people, it is more than just that to Duval, so I try to be the light, to say the least.
Absolutely. You're right about that. We always shine a light on the bad things for whatever reason, but it's good to do that. And I really enjoyed, one of your latest articles was on getting healthy around Jacksonville and the different ways
Get
that
well, Jack.
you do that. So that was really cool. And then you also wrote a story on one of your friends, A Miracle for Mia. That was a really, really inspirational story. Didn't you submit that was yours?
No, that wasn't me. That was Tiff. That was Tiffany.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I
she did
apologize.
amazing. She did an amazing job on that, though. She did.
Yes. Yep. So those are just the samples of like positive. That story was very touching, as well as the Get Well Jacks had a lot of good information on different ways you can get healthy around Jacksonville. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for what's coming up. Now, before we move on, we got to
Mm-hmm.
talk about how dope your poetry is.
Oh,
We gotta talk
no.
about that. Yes, like
I
this woman
try.
is a phenomenal poet. Phenomenal. Like the very first poem that you submitted, like blew everybody away. So we got to talk a little bit about your poetry if you plan on submitting any more in the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I love doing poetry, honestly, because now when I was younger, it was more of me trying to, oh, okay, make sure this sounds good, make sure now it's, but now that I've gotten much older, it's kind of like whatever comes to my head. It's like a game for me now. And
Mm.
so just give me a topic and I just see what I can come up with, so and sometimes I like to do that with little small things. I don't never write it down because I just be going in my head. But absolutely, I look forward to giving more arts. Hopefully during the summertime, I'll be writing new stuff because I'm a teacher. So 90% of my brain has been taken up by all 81 of my students, my
Mhm.
6th and 7th graders. So I haven't had time to even write, just for no reason. I ain't had I haven't had
Right.
the time. So I'm looking forward to the summertime where I won't be so up here,
Mhm.
and I can really dive back into my art.
Good. I look forward to it, but I definitely understand it's hard to create, when you got different things going on and stuff like that. But it's a healing thing too when you write and
Right.
just release and get all of that out or whatever. So I look forward to that. I know everyone else is as well. So keep checking out for Duval Connect, Chelsey's column for some dope poetry and some positive vibes for sure.
For sure.
Yep. So speaking of students and teachers, let's talk about the Black Arts Matter Revolt
Mm-hmm.
movement. So for you all that don't know, at Lee High School, Douglas Anderson High School, there's some students that had some experiences and they were not happy about it, but they didn't feel heard by the administration, by the teachers, by the adults around them. And so they went outside the school to seek help. They got in touch with a lot of the contributors of Duval Connect magazine or connected with them in some way. And so out of that, the Black Arts Matter Revolt event was birthed. It's on May 29th, and it's an opportunity to give those students a chance to speak and for their voices to be heard. So Chelsey, talk to us about your contributions to that event.
Yes, so I'm super excited for this event. So what I do is I'm working with our student liaison. At least that's what she's so awesome working with our art students. But I'm working with our student liaison, Kason, with our poets, and I'm working with the student artists, and just making sure that everyone's organized when it comes to getting their performances ready. It really is an honor to just be working with the youth, because I remember when I was, their age, and we didn't get platforms to do stuff like this, when we were younger. So for them to have this art in them and want to showcase it and not have that stage, that's depressing and it's wrong, especially for our kids. So it's my honor to work with them and to direct them into the right direction of just getting their voices heard by the city.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
Mm-hmm.
I will agree that they are some very unique students. I feel like 2020 changed all of us. And
Yes,
you can
yes,
definitely see that they're like ready to speak out. They're ready to, even if it's through their arts, they're ready to just express how they feel. And this event is really ran by them. We're just kind of like helping them.
right.
A lot of
Exactly. We're just the adult muscle. That's
right, that's it. We the
right.
18 and older that can sign the things, make sure everything comes together, whatever. But listening to them speak, you definitely have to check and say, hey, let me see your ID, because the way some of these students speak, they speak like adults, they speak like true activists.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think everybody needs to hear them speak, because a lot of the times when I tell my students all the time, they're not listened to. Like, adults don't listen to children. They don't think they have sense. I don't know what age they get to and they automatically say, oh, okay, you got some sense now. Well,
Right.
you haven't listened to them for the past 17 years. So, now that they're 18, now you want to hear what they got to say. But to hear them speak and to hear how much sense they have, to hear how interesting their conversation is, it's really like, wow, okay, y'all really is out here shouting. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of y'all. It does my heart really well to see that generation flourishing like that. Very intelligent generation.
They're very informed. I've had a few
Very
interviews
informed.
with them,
Yes.
and I'm shocked. I'm like, I'm learning so much about things about my own city, and like, the names of the people in the schools and the history
Mm-hmm.
of the schools. This whole process, I've learned so much from them. So,
Right.
this event is an opportunity for us to learn from them, because believe it or not, they have a lot they can teach us.
Yes,
So,
and they have a lot to say.
yep. So, as a educator, what are your thoughts on what they're experiencing and things like that?
Um, Unfortunately, I've seen firsthand how, students, minority students are ostracized in the school system. I've worked with students in the urban communities, like I worked in Northwestern Middle School. That was my very first experience in the proximity of, the education and, in the neighborhoods. And the children would tell me, Miss Peter, nobody, they ain't giving us no money. We failing. They finna close the school anyway. So what we doing all of this for? That took away the hope that they had. Any ounce of hope that we were trying to pour into these children, the the actions of the state, or the lack of actions of the state and the lack of resources took that away. So you have these children who go to these schools, who do have the resources, who do have the money to provide them, the space to, you know, speak, express what they have to say or express their art, and you're choosing not to. You're choosing not to allow these children to express themselves freely, and you have the resources.
Right.
You know, it's disheartening, that the fact that we're still having to say that Black anything matters in 2021.
Yeah.
almost 6 months into 2021, we're still saying Black art matters, Black lives matter. The fact that we have to make people conscious of that is ridiculous.
Right.
And the fact that the subject is children, that is even more disheartening. So as an educator, I hear them. As an educator, I want other people to hear them because I understand what they're trying to say. I understand how they are feeling. I want other people to understand how they're feeling so we can get more people onto their side.
Good. So, what do you feel like the long-term impact will be on some of these students that's having these experiences as they enter into the adult world?
Honestly, I think it's going to light a fire within them. I'm sorry that they had to experience whatever they had to experience for them to become conscious of this, but I'm not sorry of the character trait that grows during this time.
Yeah.
That ambition, that I'm going to do it regardless of what you say. That power. I'm not sorry that they're gaining those character traits from this experience, because that's going to make them a beast when they become an adult. Like, they're going to be a beast because, one, they're going to be conscious and confident in their art. They're going to be their self-esteem and self-worth is going to be through the roof, because they're going to know that what I do is it impacts someone, something, or someone.
Right.
And my art matters. And to go into adulthood with that validation, it already puts you 6 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, it does. So some of the things that you all can check out at the Black Arts Matters Revolt event happening May 29th, Saturday, May 29th. I forget what church. Do you remember?
It is First Baptist.
Okay.
Baptist.
All right, perfect. We'll have the information in the description box.
Wait, hold on, wait. I'm sure I said that wrong.
Okay. We'll have the information in the description box for you, but I'm excited because there'll be some students doing some spoken word. What are some other things that they're going to be doing?
We have a few people that are going. It's going to be we're going to do a surprise fashion piece. I'm going to say that it's going to be a surprise fashion segment. We're going to have a few performers as well, and we'll have vendors for everyone to come out and enjoy. First Methodist, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I said First Baptist. First Methodist, I want to say. Yeah. Okay. Pretty sure.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, I'm excited because these students are very talented, Douglas Anderson students for the arts, but they were not exempt from having the same experiences that other students are having in other schools, but they're using their gifts and their talents to express some things, as well as students from Lee High School. They're going through a name change battle. And it is literally like a battle for real, because the meetings that they've had, they're in a voting right now, and the community is kind of split, between, whether to keep the name or whether to change it. A lot of Black students do not like walking the halls of a school named after someone that was oppressive and had slaves and were a part of this whole time that we want to forget, and nobody wants to let us forget. So I definitely understand. They changed Nathan Bedford Forest, that school I attended.
Exactly.
They changed that name, and I feel like they should have changed all of them at that time. Why just change one? So but hopefully that does happen. Chelsey, thank you so much for this interview. I hope you all definitely check out Duval Connect magazine for Chelsey's column. Yes, and I hope you definitely come out Saturday, May 29th to the Black Arts Matter Revolt event happening from 11 to 3. Right?
It's 1 to 3.
Thank you. 1 to 3.
Yep.
All right. All that information will be in the description box, so you'll make sure not to forget. And it's a free event.
Free. Yes. For the free.
Yes.
Free
Yes.
99.
Thank you. Vendors, food trucks, panel discussion, performances.
Yes.
It's gonna be dope. So definitely come out. Thank you so much. Check us out, duvalconnect.blogspot.com. Peace.
Bye, y'all. Peace out. You made a fool of me. Tell me why. Tell me why. You say that you don't care, but we made love. Tell me why.